Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack at it. Bye. And in Menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all, so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I'm kicking. And I appreciate all the support, man. And I appreciate everything that you guys give me. I couldn't do it without you. I know that. Wow. Okay, wow. Oh my, right? What a difference a day makes. You know, the Terminator got terminated, right? Am I surprised? Definitely. I'm definitely surprised after all the words, after all the, hey man, what's up, man? All that, I'm like, wow, what the fuck just happened? Okay, so it goes a little something like this. You know, first and foremost, before I get into keeping it real, I want to say I give a lot of respect to Boxer from Paradigm Media and Mile High Hustle, man, for getting in that ring and doing what warriors do, right? It takes a lot of cora, takes a lot of heart, man, to get in a ring, period, especially if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, right? And, you know, I did it. I did it myself. Pulled up down there to LA, pulled up to the IE, jumped in that ring, didn't know where the fuck I was or how I was going to do it. And I don't make no excuses. It unfolded how it unfolded. But I'll be damned if everyone and their mama didn't have something to say about me and how I performed in that ring. Oh man, there was a lot of content made behind how I did in my Cholo Trucker fight, right? How I was sloppy, how I was arrogant, how I didn't have hands, didn't know what I was doing. I never proclaimed to be a boxer. My name isn't Boxer. I never proclaimed to have these major hands in the boxing ring. You know, I went in there and I did something wholeheartedly that I felt was for the raza. I did something for the gente. And we put on an exhibition fight, man, that we felt, you know, was what it was. Okay? So there was a fight, Thanksgiving. Actually, it happened. It was pre-taped. It happened before Thanksgiving, right? And it was between Boxer from Paradigm Media and Mile High. Now, I've been asked for months about this fight. And because I no longer have interactions with Boxer, because I've seen the way, you know, the way his character is displayed and what he does, we've chosen different paths, different lanes on YouTube. I have nothing bad to say about Boxer as far as his character and as far as what he does on his channel. That's him, and that's him only, right? He does his own thing, and I have no parts in that whatsoever. Just like he has no parts in my channel. And we'll leave it like that when it comes to that. I've chosen to step away from that whole circle and just do me. And at the end of the day, man, hey, let the chips fall where they lie, right? Straight up. Now, when I fought, Boxer, you know, actually made a video. And man, he laughed at me. He ridiculed me. He clowned on me. He talked about if he was in the ring, man, how he would have done way much more better. How I wasn't shit in the ring. How I disappointed and made the North look bad. You know, when I never went in there representing the North in the first place, I went in there representing myself and brown people, right? But there was a lot of laughing and a lot of subliminals and just straight up disrespect to me and mines, right? So Thursday rolls around, Thanksgiving, and there's a fight between the Terminator, Boxer, Paradigm Media News, and Mile High Hustle, right? And to be honest with you, I didn't know who Mile High was. Now I'm kind of going back and seeing some of his videos, seeing what he's about. And hey, much respects to that dude, right? For getting in that ring and doing what he did. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm only going to give what I got. It's only right, right? It's only right to call it as I sees it, to keep it real. I could sit here and I could say this and make up excuses for that. I never made excuses for my fight. It just was what it was. I was unprepared. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing in that ring. And here I was like a baboso. I thought fighting in the ring and boxing is the same thing as fighting on the streets. And I clearly showed that it wasn't, right? And it clearly showed to the people. But I'm going to take that L. And I'm going to consider it an L. An L because I disappointed myself and those that were going for me. But this shit that happened Thursday, wow, okay, wow, bada bing, ding, ding. The bell rang and it was unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. Okay, for someone who disrespected me and clowned me and talked a lot of shit about my fight and swore up and down he would whip my ass, whip everyone's ass that I knew, whip everyone's ass around me, that man, that he would just go in, he was he'll tear heads off. Anyone that got in the ring with him, he was going to terminate and destroy. This shit right here was hilarious. I've never, ever seen anything like this in my life, where a Vato bat around his way around the ring and fell through the ropes numerous times. Neck gotta be hurting from the rope catching it. It was like a WWE event went wrong, right? Now, again, I want to say respects to, what is it? The content creators series of fighting, Mikey, Chicano Tube. He put on another good event. He's putting in his work. He's doing his thing, even though we don't see eye to eye for whatever his reasons are, because I've never had anything bad to say about him, right? But, I could say respects for the event, respects for the turnout and having people pull up and doing what you do. But come on. Hey, Lucas, in the words of Cholo Juan. That shit right there made everybody involved look bad. Talk about the circus. That shit should have been playing the whole 5 rounds, because that was boo boo. That was Al Boo Boo. Mac Dre wouldn't even put that on his album. That was Al Boo Boo. Look, I'm going to keep it honest and real, right? Respects for the guys getting in there. But man, I don't even know how one of them made it out. He almost had to be carried out. It was bad. So Boxer from Paradigm Media, you know, has alleged that he's the Terminator. And that everybody that he's ever put knuckles to has felt it and they fell. Basically, he was undefeated. He's the only undefeated brown person I know on the YouTube yard, period. Hands down. Ain't gonna happen until Thanksgiving. Thanks God for giving us something to laugh at. Because what I seen in that ring had me saying, wow, maybe I should have took the fight with Boxer way back in the days, right? Maybe I should have stepped up to the plate. I think I could have done all right, right? To be totally honest with you. Now, Boxer came with excuse after excuse when he got pulverized, when the Terminator was terminated. Because that's what it was. And to be honest with you, I'm not talking shit. I'm giving as much as I got, because that Vato laughed me out of the ring. That Vato clowned me. He called me all kinds of suckers and punks and bitches and thises and that's. And then goes in there and made my fight look like the Tyson fucking Bruno fight, right? I was looking like Tyson in his heyday compared to that. That right there looked like Butterbean when he broke his back. It was all bad, right? The Vato, he got dropped, or he dropped himself in 5 seconds. So I got the fight just out of respect for, you know, what the Vatos got going on. And I'm looking at the fight. And I'm sitting down and I'm paying attention because, man, I want to see what Boxer's all about, man. He's talked a good one. Like, he's had people shook up on the yard. People wondering, man, is this guy's name really Boxer because he boxes? Well, I can tell you right now, after this fight, his name has now changed from Boxer to Got Air, right? He needed air. He needed wind. That Vato was sucking in wind after 3.21 seconds. It was all bad. So as he came out of that corner, I was like, okay. My first instinct was, what the fuck is he wearing capri pants for? This Vato's shorts were fucking all the way down to his ankles. I knew that was an issue. That was going to be an issue. And it definitely was, because within 5 seconds of the fight, when he came out, he didn't even throw a punch and he fell. Okay, he charged and he fell damn near out of the ring. And I could hear the guys in the background, that was a slip. That was a slip. And I said, that was something. I don't know what the fuck that was. What that looked like was he tripped over his long-ass fucking boxing briefs. Then he gets up and hits him with the offense-defense. And Mile High went ding, ding. Now, he made Mile High look like Ryan Garcia. Like, Mile High was having it his way. Straight Burger King. Any way he wanted it. Put a little side order of sauce on that, right? He was doing his thug thizzle in there. And Boxer was just, Now, according to Boxer, And one of the excuses that he put out, because that's what they are, let's just be real, excuses, right? Is that he hurt his shoulder in the first round. So that could only be when he fell on his own into the canvas and landed on the cucarachas. That's probably when he strained his shoulder, right? But let's be honest here for people that are clowning. The Vato is going to be 55 years old. What the fuck business did he have going in that ring for? Now, I know he wanted to prove to people that he still had it. According to him, back in the days, Gladiator Wars, he did that. Nobody wanted to see him. And I'm not going to lie. I was not impressed. If anything, I'm still confuzzled. I can't believe it. This Vato looked like nothing that his persona or the way he acts, his math wasn't mathing in there. He looked like a fat, sloppy degenerate in there fucking chasing his tail. Now, I respect Boxer as a man for changing his life, but all that shit that he talked about me and all that shit he talked about everyone else, stop it. You can't anymore. That's off the table now. That right there was fucking caca. That was straight mierda. That was, listen, the Vato fell out of the ring 3 times. Okay? Hey, if it wasn't, the ropes are the MVP. You should have, hey, Mikey should have handed the belt, the ropes, or the ropes, the belt. Because they're the true winners there. Without them ropes, god damn, it would have been Splat City. No, not Brock Lesnar, Suplex City, Splat City. The Vato F5'd himself in the ring. It was bad. It was pretty bad, right? Now, Boxer looked like he never trained. He didn't spar. He didn't do anything. See, when I watched his videos, I went back and watched his videos, the flat-footed punches, right? Same ones I was throwing, so I can't talk too much shit. That's what he displayed. No pugilistic skills, no fighting skills, no none of that. And I can't sit here and tell you that fighting is different from boxing and all that and be a fucking hypocrite. Because obviously, man, he proved that even more so than I did, right? There's not anybody on YouTube that can anymore say that fight, that he was better than me. Period. Don't do it. Please don't say it. Because it wasn't nothing close. Okay? Boxer as a content creator, great content creator. Does he have the resume in the game? For those of you that believe it, he does, right? In the ring, caca. That Vato fucking failed to deliver. You know, and it trips me out because that's why I say in YouTube, you can be anything that you want to be. Anything you tell people that you are, they'll believe you. And there was a lot of people that supported and believed in him. And he fucked up. But there's conspiracy to it. You know, here's the conspiracy. When you know you look bad in the ring, or you know you look bad in life in general, people always tend to make excuses or reasons why. Okay? First of all, you're an older gentleman. No one expected you to go in there and pulverize anyone. Even though that's what your mouth said, your body didn't say that. We could tell, right? I could tell right from that fucking American Crime interview when that chair was struggling to hold you up. Like, isn't this Vato supposed to be preparing for a fight pretty soon? Like, man, the preparation ain't real, right? Second, okay, I know, like Boxer knows, man, his health ain't the greatest. You know, just like my health ain't the greatest. But I didn't find out subsequently to after I fought. So there's no excuse there, right? One thing I've learned, period, over the years when it comes to fighting or anything is that no matter how old you are, your power always stays the same. You always have the power. So I believe if Boxer could have swam one of those punches his coach was telling him to do, because they were literally in there telling him, close your eyes and swim. Close your eyes and swim. From the Gladiator, the Terminator? This Vato, what'd you want him to hit? The fucking butterfly in there? The backstroke? There was none of that. There was this, and there was this, right? Deer in the headlights. The Vato got beat up. Let's just be real. Now, I know Boxer's probably going to talk shit and, hey, man, you can't fuck you, man. Listen, I respect Boxer, like I said, as a content creator and as a man for even pulling up. You win some, you lose some. You can't win them all. But that was above and beyond losing some. That was no some. That was gruesome. That was getting your ass whooped. Period. Right? I didn't go nowhere near the canvas but to get a drink of water. This Vato lived on the canvas. If you watch the fight, about a minute and a half of him is on the floor. It's all bad. It was all bad, right? Now, Mahai is younger. He looked definitely in more condition. He looked like he took the fight serious. And he displayed that, right? But he could have did Boxer way more dirty than he did him. He could have, man, he could have just leaned down and fought. I mean, it was all bad. It was pretty bad. And it's just hilarious when I see someone that has talked so much shit about me in the past and has clowned my fight and laughed at me and said I was a sucker man and that he would never look that bad. Bro, you couldn't fucking wear my cleats. Period. They went in with fucking boxing gloves that were bigger than the punching bag. 14-inch big ass fucking gloves. It looked like it was hilarious, right? And again, like I said, then Boxer comes out to the song Ambitions as a Rider. Pac turned in his grave immediately. Don't ever do Pac like that again. Ever. Now, whether Boxer got injured or, you know, his knees were fucked up or his age caught up to him, that shit happened in the first 2 or 3 seconds because he looked the best when he was breathing. He was already out of breath before the fight started. That ring walk took it all out of him. You don't want to fuck with me. Oh, no. Now everybody does. Now nobody is shook. Now any type of mystique or game you ran on anyone, no one believes it. You know, and you can be mad all you want, but at the end of the day, you think I wasn't disappointed in my performance? I was. It doesn't feel good to get laughed at, but you got to take that L and chalk that up and just realize, hey, you know, you are not everything that you said you were. You might have been in the past, but in the present, wrap them up and open them. Because that's what Mile High did. He wrapped you up in that corner and he opened you. Straight up. I tell you, the MVP was the canvas. Now, there's a little fucking shit going on behind the scenes here. You know, Boxer, and I know how Boxer is. Damage control is his number one. That's his thing. You know, very good with wordplay, man. That Vato is fucking mystifying with wordplay, man. He could spin you up. Most Norteños or dudes that live that life are. They got good mouthpieces, good wordplay, man. We were taught that at a young age. You know, we always had that gift of gab, gift of game. Make motherfuckers believe whatever you want them to, right? That Vato made us believe he was the Terminator. Splat. Even fucking Arnold lost, right? But this Vato did some damage control. Prior to the fight being released, he actually sent out a message to his supporters, making excuses about taking an L in the fight that was not even out there yet. You know, that is some serious damage control. And that fucked up the bag, man. You know, that's unfortunate. Now, let's take it to the past. There were several times that we tried to set up fights. Myself, Boxer, Rojo, from a convict's perspective. And it just didn't work out for whatever reasons, right? And I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I was a little intimidated by how Boxer talked. What people said about him that knew him in the past. I was like, this is a big motherfucker right here. I remember at one point when Rojo was not able to fight due to his illness or whatever, they wanted me to step up, right? And I was like, bro, I ain't nothing but 200 pounds. This Vato's 300, easy 300, right? Like, this is super heavyweight versus fucking, I don't know what I am at this point, right? And after my performance with Cholo Trucker, I wasn't too confident with myself in that ring, right? I had a smoking problem. I liked cigarettes too much, liked to drink here and there, and just wasn't into working out like Wes Watson, right? So I didn't know if was I intimidated? More so intimidated by the way that this Vato's, the way he carried himself and what he spoke on. I was like, man, I don't want to go in there and get knocked out. Like, I'm just being real. That'll look stupid. There ain't no amount of money in the world you can give me to go in there and look dumber than I already looked, right? But now, I'm like, maybe I should have fought. I think I would have won. Let's be honest here. Okay, let's be totally honest. I wouldn't even have to throw a punch. He'd have just ran around and tripped over himself all around the ring. It would have been hilarious. What would have happened if I would have won? Come on now, man. I would have been all kinds of bitches and punks and dropouts and this and that, right? But I'd have been a winner, though. Here's the thing, man. Respects for getting in the ring, but Boxer showed us nothing. There's content creators that have stripped him of his Boxer name now. I tell you, they're calling him needs sparring, or got win, or too many burpees, or my knees hurt, Or, my back, just like that, right? It's crazy. All I got to say is I'm only giving what I got. I'm not talking shit now because Boxer got beat up. I'm only giving him what he got. So I respect the man. It takes a lot of heart to get in that ring, to pull up. I know because I did it first, right? But I got a lot of shit talked about me. So it's only Mando. I boomerang it on back and say, what the fuck was that? Talk about made the gente look bad. Bro. Are you kidding me? If you guys have not watched the fight, tap into the content creator series of fighting. And for whatever it's worth, man, laugh your ass off. Because that's exactly what I did. With that being said, hey, no disrespect towards Boxer. But if you want to clap back and talk all kinds of shit about me, bro, you beat yourself up in that fight. Period. No excuses, man. And all that telling people damage control. Hey, man, I mean, it was because my knees. It was because my shoulder. It was because my face. It was because my... No. It was because your hands. That's exactly what it was. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly do. I'm a content creator. I'm not getting into no boxing rings and doing all that shit. I tried that shit. That shit didn't work for me. It worked less for Boxer. Fucking dude fell about 10 times.